Right, okay then, time for me to run through some basic rigging on a skeleton, well, on an object. So here I've got my kind of mannequin. I've made this myself. I'm not the finest 3D modeler in the world, but I've tried my best to create a functional human frame. And we've got our kind of arms and hands are pretty, pretty good. My feet are a bit rubbish, but I decided that I could live with that for now because usually feet have shoes on and you don't see the toes. Right, let me just head up then. So when we're rigging in Blender, there's just a few little things we can do to set our scene up to make it easier to manage. First one, in solid mode up here, it's a good idea to X-ray. This just makes your model slightly translucent so you can see what's going on the inside. The next thing that we need to do, and I tend to find useful, is if I kind of head over here and click right and put a vertical split in to about here, and then over here I'll press 3 so that I'm viewing the model from the side, and I'm just seeing things from different perspectives. Same again, I'm just going to pop up here. In fact, no, over here. I'm going to put horizontal split in. Again, just pull this down. And this one I'm going to view on 7. It's just to give me different views of everything, just so I can see what's going on. I'm actually going to just remove some of these properties, the statistics, just because they're kind of getting in my way. In fact, I need to remove them all from everywhere. Yeah, they're just little metrics that help tell me how much is going on in my model, but I don't need those at the moment. So there we go. That's just a nice little setup area. You can add more if you want, so you can see it from maybe a 3-dimensional view, but this will suffice for what I'm doing. Okay, let's start off by adding an armature. So this is the rig. And you can see here we've ended up with this little thing, which is our bone. Now, you can move it around like any other object. So I'm just going to move it through G and Z and move it down to roughly where I think we're going to have the joint for the hips. And then I'm going to press tab into edit mode. And then what we've got here, if I bring up N, you can see the different parts of the bone. So you can play around with things like its radius if you need to. There's a few settings that will play around as you move it. Usually, as a rule, the ones that we're kind of really interested in are our X, Y, Z's, but you can see there's 2. So you can see that moving this one moves is the bottom. So this little circle here is called the head, and this circle up here is called the tail. And as you can see, that kind of moves around when I play around with it. Okay. This middle part is the bone itself. Now, the bone itself doesn't really have any existence. It's actually the head and the tail that matter. The direction that it's pointing kind of gives us an indication of links within the bones. So if I press E to extrude and Z to move it upwards, like so. Now, I want these bones to be of equal length, so I'm going to keep, when I extrude, I'm going to make sure that I key that in for a length of 1. EZ again, just pop it up. 1, I'm just being a bit finicky here and making sure that everything works as I want it to and everything is the size that I want it to be. Then now I'm going to just end it at the neck, and I won't move into the head just yet. Okay, next thing to do is roughly find out where my arms meet here. So as you can see, I've got this kind of little point where it's almost lined up to the arms, and I'm just going to G and Z and mess things up a little bit so that that is right in the center. I really want to make sure that my collarbone and my arms and my rib cage kind of make a nice T shape. From there, I'm going to extrude along X and head out in this direction. And you can see there's my tail moving along. I'm going to do 1.7 there just to make it nice and balanced. I'm going to come over here, EX, And again, this one's going to be minus 1.7. And I'm just trying to create some equilibrium. Now it looks to me that it's not quite where that join is, so I'll just scale it up a little bit more. So it's about there. And then looking here, so that's about 1.9, and it's just about me. Minus 1.9, just getting things nice and balanced. Okay, over here again, EX up to the elbow, and again minus 4.2 just to get a bit of balance. Again over here, EX across, that would be 4.2. As you can see, I just really want everything to have perfect symmetry. There are like things that you can do, like use the symmetry tool and so on, but I'm just going to take full control of this myself here. Minus 6.6. Oh no, that didn't work because I did minus 6 and minus 6.6. There we go, moving across. EX 6.6, and then I'm just taking a lot more control over this. Now I should be able to see up here how well it's all lining up. That's why I've got them in these positions. I'm going to have a look here to make sure that this is okay. I'm just trying to make sure that things are where they should be at this point. Okay, moving across here, EX again. I'm just going to move into that little hand bone at around about 7.8. And the problem is now I don't want to branch off to do the fingers just yet because that's going to be too complex. So again, I'm going to head over to the other side. EX minus 7.8. I'm just kind of hoping that this will actually just about move the fingers, but it might cause a bit of dragging until I've made the hands right. Okay, now that I've got this set up, all kind of put together, what I can do is I can come down to the legs now and pull down the thing. You can't really see much from here on the top, but it's worth moving it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a single bone. Now it pops up here, as you can see, on the kind of cursor clicking point. I'm going to get, oh, you've got to click on the right one as well, which isn't easy. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to move it down here. Just going to get the rough lining up. Make sure that my Y is on 0 because that's where I want it to be. I want to make sure it's still on line. I'm going to right click and I'm going to switch to direction so that it's heading downwards. And I want to make sure that I'm kind of finding the thigh joint here and the actual pelvis joint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the tail and I'm going to G and Z and I'm going to extend it all the way down to the knee. I'm going to minus 1.3 that, so that, oh, wrong one. This one, minus 3.5. Probably actually need to increase that a bit more. It's not a good position. I need it right over the knee. So there we go, minus 3.7. Okay, I'm also going to set this to minus 1.2 just so that I can measure this up a bit better later on. Okay, I'm going to control, not yet actually, I'm going to grab hold of this part and I'm going to go E and then Z all the way down to the ankle. Again, just get my minus 7.1 just so that I'm getting things in the right place, and then I'm going to come down here because I need to now start extruding this outwards down the foot. So again, E, Z to create that little flexible point at the bottom, and then work out my actual foot points. Again, this is all about how flexible you want the foot. I do kind of want it a little bit flexible. Move along the Y. because it doesn't really have any proper toes, I feel free to actually do this like that and keep it kind of fully done. Okay, now I need to grab hold of all of this. Control C, Control V. Now what I want to do is Shift and D to duplicate, not Control C. I always forget that. Terrible at it. And I need to move this over here. And basically, in fact, what I'll do is G and X to control it. Come on, duplicate. X only. There we go. Now try and get this nice and lined up where it was with the other side. There we go. I think it was 1.2, so I need to make this all 1.2. Let me check here. So yeah, it's always a bit of a pain when it's not perfectly aligned. Trying to get this all nicely lined up now. 1.2. Just trying to get everything nicely set up so that everything is where I expect it to be. Okay, now that I've got the basics in place, I'm just going to actually Control S. And I'm actually just going to save incremental, just so that if I make a mistake or if something goes wrong, I can go back. Okay, select everything. Go into object mode and select everything with A. Make sure that your armature is the dominant selection, so make sure it's got a lighter orange around it, and make sure anything else has got a dull orange around it, a darker orange around it. Control P, and then automatically weight it for now. Now, it could take a little while to do, depends on how fast your computer is and how many triangles your model has and so on. There's a lot of factors behind it. Okay, now we find out if it actually rigged by going into pose mode. And this is where we might see we've made a few mistakes. Don't over worry at this point if things haven't gone perfectly. But what we're going to try and do is see which of our joints are okay. So far I'm not getting any major problems, but that could potentially change quite soon. Let me raise a leg. This is going to be one of the telling points. I tend to find that if I get any problems, it's frequently around the legs where I get stretching and things going very weird, particularly if I haven't put my legs far enough apart or so on. Okay, but it does seem that this might have just about worked. I got nice flexibility in the feet there. Let's see now if my body tilts and pans as I expect it to. And just going to see. So the head is actually tilting back and forth, which is good. From here I should be able to rotate it to the side. I should be able to do the same for something like this. I should be able to, basically, depending on where I'm grabbing things from and which direction I'm pulling them, will create different effects. Now, the problem is you can end up like overstretching things and it can go terribly wrong, but I don't seem to be having that major problem at this point. Okay, I should even be able to outstretch certain parts of the body. Of course, the more you stretch it, the more it starts to defy logic in the way that the mesh works. But overall, you can see that I've kind of done some nice musculature here. I'm not going to pretend that it's moving anywhere near as well as I would, look at a better quality model. But overall, I have a nice bendable and posable model. I'm just going to go out of X-ray view a second. Oh right, I need to helps if I'm in the right one. Go back into object mode, turn off X-ray, and there we go. The actual model is posable. I haven't got too much deform. The reason I actually deliberately made this model with a huge amount of musculature is I wanted to actually see if the musculature maintained its appearance appropriately, as it was all stretched and twisted. So that seems to be working quite well at this point. So that's it really. I mean, that's the kind of real basics of how to get a really simple rig going. There's a lot more to it than that. There's a lot more interesting things you can do, but I think just to kind of as a starting point, this is a nice little way of doing some rigging and to just set up a very basic set of poses with your 3D models. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video.